Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to.
Hi, everyone. It's Kaya from Neotel.
Hello.
I think we're talking at the same time. So again, hi, it's Kaya from Neoteric, and we're meeting here today at our live panel discussion to talk about growing your marketing business in the post-COVID times. And we've got some great guests here today. Matt, who's going to be the host, asking difficult, important questions. Mike Korba from user.com. Hi, Mike.
Hello. Nice to see you, everybody.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Thank you for joining us. And Marcos Bravo from Live Chat.
Thank you very much for the invite, guys.
Okay, so I would like to start with a short introduction of why we actually chose to talk about marketing. So when we were conducting our study on the impact of COVID-19 on IT investments, we found that a lot of business leaders are divided when it comes to their investments in marketing solutions. So let me show you one of the charts from our report. Just a moment so I can share my screen. All right. So you should be able to see, can you see the chart now?
Yes, we can.
That's great. So I guess our audience can see that too. So we have the areas companies want to invest less in, and that's marketing automation as number one. And then we have CRM. And what we can see also is that customer intelligence and digitizing customer experience are also quite high on the list, but no, it's not that bad with these two. However, marketing automation and the CRM are the topics that I was most curious about, because I wouldn't really think companies would like to decrease their investments in these areas. So this is why I thought that we should talk about marketing. And I was also wondering how you can even grow your business when it's so unstable. So that's how we came up with this idea to talk to marketing pros today. And now, when I've done my little short introduction, I think we can start with the questions. So Matt takes it from here.
All right. So, well, for me, the first thing is, why do you see in your business that the situation is alike as what we found in the study? Because it's counterintuitive for me. Marketing automation is one of the very few ways that I know that you can go to deliver more while doing less. And this is always the case when times get rough. So I would expect more people to actually implement automation, because those who hesitated have no other option right now. So how does it look like with you guys?
So maybe I will start. So I think that, oh my God.
Marcus, do you want to start?
Mike is taking the lead. Mike, go ahead.
I don't know
go
if I've clicked something or not, but
Awesome.
I don't see you currently. So I think that we have some average data, yeah, and when we are many companies really were pressed to totally cut costs, and the first cutting cost is cutting cost in marketing, so also in marketing automation. And in user.com we had such situation that many customers asked us for freezing account, or were coming to churn, so resign from our solution, because a whole of their business went down. Yeah, but on the other hand, we saw a lot of churning customers. But on the other hand, April and May were months where we seen also the biggest new businesses trying marketing automation implementation in their companies. So I believe that this is an average, and when you are going with the on a walk with your dog, in average you have three legs. Yes, so I think that this data have to be analyzed in some different aspect. Yeah. Oh my God, what I done? Can I go back? Okay, I'm back.
I would like to summon Janina Bonk now about the three legs.
I was thinking about her when I came across this comparison.
I thought so.
But it's very interesting what Mike was saying, because you saw the effects straight up. For us, it was sort of the opposite. People needed to be away from others, and they needed tools to automate that interaction, right? So that's why we saw an increase in our revenue, in our clients.
Like being 100% honest, in overall, we also seen an increase, and it's like last 3 months are great for our business, but like we saw also that many companies like first we have to cut costs, yeah, and like costs are marketing costs related, so we have to like freeze an account in this software, freeze an account in this software, or like churn, so resign or ask for some discounts. So this is like in average. Also we grow summing it, but we were like hurted by the COVID, especially in April and May.
I also, I mean, looking at the numbers that Kaya was sharing is also it shows a very human reaction. This is a first time for most of us. We've been through something like that, and as a business owner, you will freak out, and I guess it's fine. The first thing, like you said, people will cut off no marketing. I don't want any marketing in my company. I just need to survive right now. But it was a very quick switch too. It was a very quick, like, okay, well, let's review the things. In our case, we decided to just keep doing what we were doing. We did some similar things like other companies, like open up, like, hey, we're happy to help. If you want to freeze something, we'll help you out or offer you an alternative. But don't worry. And it's super cliche, but we're here to help. We're in this together. We used those same words because it was all the marketing tools that we had at the moment. But little by little, we said, you know what? Let's just keep doing things the way we were doing it before, and we kept moving forward. And I think now that's what companies are doing. It's just, yeah, there is a big mess outside. There is social distancing and all, but business has to prevail. We have to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys think that this is the case that some companies or that are directly hit at this moment by a wave of recession are that are suddenly experiencing 80-90% cut in their revenues, that are basically shutting down the shops, that are churning, but at the same time some companies are moving towards marketing automation tools faster because of digitalization that came with COVID. Would that be a fair conclusion?
Yeah. I think that like different companies started to react in a different way. Yeah. So like from my personal experience, I see that like bigger companies or corporations are right now moving faster. Yeah. Before COVID-19, if you want to make a deal on like high value deal, you would have to like drive to client, meet, have face-to-face meetings. Right now, you can like sign contract on really big value using this like Zoom or Skype. Yeah, so it is happening much faster. Like half year ago, if the big corporation came to us and they were talking about like proof of concept, POC, when we heard a proof of concept, we were thinking about 6 months. Yeah, so the time where this proof of concept will be on right now. When big corporation, they want to test it very fast, so like, okay, let's do the proof of concept, but let's make it in 4 weeks maximum. Yeah, so let's move more agile, much faster than previously. Okay.
Okay, and is the size of the company the main differentiator between those who increase and those who decrease investment in marketing automation, or uh, are there differences between the different types of industries as well?
I think you're right, Matt. It's not just it's not a matter of size in this case, in my opinion. Is really how your business model was working before, how is it working after, how much you were willing to change that business model, and it touches a lot what Mike was saying. Is companies, they need to move a lot faster, and right now, with or without marketing automation, they have to review a lot of the things that they were doing and move faster. Like you said, I mean, I hate the word agile because it reminds me of Scrum and all these things that I'm not a big fan of. But without having that agility, right, companies will not be able to adapt, and that's something that is a lesson learned for a lot of companies that they went through really bad moments during this COVID. That, wow, we need to move faster. There's no more let's plan marketing for a whole year. Is let's plan marketing for next week, because the week after everything might change.
Exactly. And these industries are like crucial. Yeah, we have like at the beginning of the year, we've gained one big customer from tourist industry. Yeah, so really big deal. We were very happy from those. They are like in tourist industry number 1 or number 2 in Poland. So we hope that they will like grow with us, and summer will be great in terms of using our technology. But like COVID happened, and they say, okay, guys, we have really great plans, but right now we have to like negotiate our deal, because I can show you stats. Our business have dropped like on 80% down. Yes, so we have to discuss. Like, I believe that industry like restaurants or tourists are really hurted by this pandemic.
What about you guys, Matt? I mean, as Neoteric, how much change you've seen on the way the companies relate with companies like yours?
Well, we made some aggressive moves in March when everything started here. Meaning, since that, I think 5 or 6 people have joined our growth team, and that was not enough for us to sustain our plans for growth, but it has led us to keep ourselves at the similar revenue level as we used to be in the end of previous year. We see that the deals that were planned before COVID outbreak, a lot of them were canceled, but at the same time, there's a new pipeline of deals that are happening regardless or even because of COVID. Just as an example, we have a customer.
I think we lost you for a second there.
Yeah, I think.
Matt, come back to us.
And I really wanted to know what was the client.
Yeah.
Now I'm very curious.
He'll tell you in a second.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, that takes quite a while.
Yeah. I think that Kaya, you have to like
That's fine.
Improvised character.
In the meantime, we can actually say hi to our viewers who are saying hi to us. So we have Wojtek. Hi, Wojtek. Thanks
Hey,
for
Wojtek.
joining us. We have Elizabeth with us. And we also have Robert who says hi. Hi, guys. Thank you for watching us. So as you can see, it's now only 3 of us, and the 4th one is a still image. But that's fine. That's fine. But there is one thing, like Matt was asking about the size of the companies. And there is actually something interesting. Oh, there's Matt again.
I'm
Oh,
back.
Matt, you're
There you
back.
go.
I wanted to express my never ending love to my internet provider. As always, they're doing their best, delivering their least. So I'm back here on my backup internet connection. When did I break?
Well, we were
You were
waiting
about,
for you to give us the details of the company.
Huh.
yeah, you were about to
Oh,
drop a really interesting story there.
yeah, because what I was going to say is that it's not only about the different industries, because of course the travel industry or the whole restaurant industry have been hit directly, but there are other industries that some of the players or majority of the players retracted a lot, but at the same time there are some companies that are going against the trend and are winning regardless. And we have a customer who is running a number of premium gyms in the United States. And I thought, hey, if you're a celebrity and you're going to the gym, this is something you cannot digitalize. And I was expecting that customer to churn overnight. But what happened instead is they came and they said, okay, the whole thing is moving online. We're doing online classes for our people. And when can we start? So they have transformed a gym overnight to be a digital business. And those things keep happening. I know companies that made a 180-degree pivot during the COVID and started doing a completely new thing out of the blue, like Wolf Summit, that was an event, and right now it's an online pitching contest. Like a company from nearby in Gdańsk that used to do gadgets for marketing and conferences, and right now they're producing COVID masks. That happened in 2 weeks, I think, in their case. Or a biotech company from our city that grown their customer base times four. Basically overnight with the enzymes that they produce because they are suddenly needed more at the moment. Um, so, how do you spot those who are growing regardless the crisis? That's the question. How do you find the resilient ones?
Marcus, maybe you will start.
Oh well, I was hoping for that. The thing is, it's not. I don't think this is something you can foresee. If we would have been in the beginning of this, I don't think anyone could figure out that these companies are going to be the ones that are going to survive this or pivot in a proper way. Uh, the first thing you would have thought of a swag company or making things for events is like, oh, they're doomed. But it was their ability to reinvent themselves. So what is
Overnight.
exactly, and what that shows is that the skills of the people running the companies are not changing, but there's certain skills that are becoming more important. And in this case, is how you adapt to a big failure or a big issue that comes out of nowhere, and having leadership that is able to, instead of saying I'm firing half of the people and waiting to see what happened, leadership that is able to, okay, wait, stop, let's switch, let's do this. I mean, here in Wrocław we had there's a famous brand of coffee called G Coffee, a very good friend of mine, and obviously he sell a lot to offices, right? And as soon as the whole everybody goes work from home, there's no coffee, nobody's buying coffee, and he had to reinvent himself and to become one of the biggest food delivery services right now in Wrocław. And he's not only surviving the COVID, he is rocking it. He's making tons of business just out of being able to. I need to do something, and I mean, I really envy the vision of these people when they say like, okay, well, let's do this instead. But going back to your question, I'm not sure if it's something you can foresee, something that you can say, oh, these companies are going to survive any sort of pandemic or any sort of problem. It's more about how able the leadership of those companies are, and that's something you're only going to discover when they get in this kind of problems, in my opinion.
I
So
will
it's
disagree.
trial by fire.
Basically, yeah.
I think
Awesome,
that
Mike.
Marcus, yeah, the leadership is crucial for hard times, but I think that there are some industries where you can like feel that they will grow. Yeah, like potentially, we have like a big customer from Brazil, the online learning platform for government jobs. Yeah, and like government job in like time of crisis is the thing which gives you like stability, and people in hard times are looking for stability. Uh, Sometimes you can feel that this kind of businesses will grow, yeah, and those different types of businesses will have to pivot, will have to like search a different ways to like manage their daily operations. But I believe that despite of this like standard categories like travel or those restaurants, it depends on the situation. I think that people are right now are prefer some stable investments, some they don't want to risk, yeah, and everything is going online, everything is going remote. So if you were offering like video conferences or live streaming services, it's like great time to grow your business right now.
And do you see some specific challenges in
One more time.
recently? Everyone started doing videos and webinars, and don't you think it's just too much of that? It's harder to go through with a very good content, and or on the other hand, the fact that you're doing content marketing for years uh, gives you the advantage of being on the top right now, while everyone else is just spending money on it and panicking.
I can jump into that one because when you talk about content marketing, I think that's one of the things that's saving companies. Not only the vision of pivoting to one way or the other, but companies that they've been focusing a lot on content. There are the companies that they could connect very quick to the customers and share this wariness and these problems that they're having, that everybody's having. And it goes beyond what we were joking before about like we're in this together, the new normal, unprecedented times. It goes beyond that because companies that knew their clients very well and use content marketing to keep moving forward, those are some of the companies that are still going strong. I started my project with live chat of success, which is basically free content for everyone before the whole pandemic. And that's one of the reasons why we're still very well in touch with them, because a lot of the things that we do is just a good video. It's like, look, let's stop talking about COVID for a second. Let's go back and talk about Facebook. What are you doing on Facebook right now? Or let's talk about LinkedIn. Let's talk about digital psychology. And the fact that we're keep pushing content in a way that is well related, I think that's something companies are doing. Some companies, at least, are doing good, and it's helping them a lot.
Yeah, I think that like content marketing, when you are thinking about like sources of your leads. Content marketing is like a lake, and ads are a stream. So if you have a lake, it will like grow your business. It's better to invest it earlier, because you can, if you have your audience, if you have like some backup of the content, it's easier for you to like operate in those hard times. From my perspective, in terms of those videos, a lot of webinars are currently also remote events. I'm pretty happy with that. Last week I was on the SaaStock, so like conference in Dublin. Normally I would have to like take 1 week from my calendar to fly to Dublin, take my whole team there, etc., etc. Currently, we were able to done it from our bedrooms. So it was much cost effective and much, I believe, more efficient. Yesterday and today, I'm currently on event in Toronto, so I'm on Collision in US. It would be hard to join 2 events in the same day, and thanks to those technology, it's possible. So I believe that I'm pretty happy with those growing webinars and growing number of online events.
Yeah, I think it's actually very good. Otherwise, the 4 of us wouldn't probably have met like we're doing right now, right? So, yeah, and actually, video conferencing has been one of the top things on our list that our respondents said that they want to invest more money, and so it was like in the top 5. So it shows that companies did see and still see this potential and this need, and are willing to spend more money on such solutions. And I think it's actually very good. As you said, we can connect worldwide and we don't have to move anywhere.
I still miss traveling, though.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I mean, I just liked it. I like meeting different people, seeing different places, and being used to meeting a few hundred people every month, and suddenly being cut off for half a year from that experience, for me is quite hard, actually. And I really miss the social part of the business. It has always been one of the drivers for me. Why would I rather run a business than work as a specialist in my field? So the people aspect has always been very important to me. And right now, I think it's limited. We can say that it's closer, that it's easier, that we have more time efficiency, and I agree with everything. But for me, it's just about being around smart people and hearing casual discussions that can lead to much more than matchmaking through some social app for an online event. So I really miss the human touch of everything. So
I have a question, Matt. Have you participated in some remote conference?
Yeah.
Because I like there is currently such option like networking or any other. It's like a chat roulette. So you are connecting in, I don't know, 3 minutes with different people. And like last week on the SaaStock conference with a team of 3 people, we were able to have like very good during 2 days, very good 100, almost 200 meetings. And I believe it couldn't be possible on a real event. Because like when you're approaching somebody, you have this trash talk. You're drinking the whole beer with him or something
trash
like
that. Talk. Dude, you can grow 10 times faster if you stop trash talking people on events.
We call them sales pitch. It's a sales pitch.
Okay, maybe I said the wrong word. Yeah, but like I also like to go into the point straightforward. Yeah.
If I can just jump in, just so we don't drift away from the topic, I'd like to bring some numbers to the plate. Listen, I've got the numbers from our report again. So there we go. Share. Okay, so this is a comparison of what companies want to invest more and less in. And as you can see, we've got digitizing customer experience and customer intelligence are the ones that most people say this is all segments of companies, so small, medium, and big. And digitizing customer experience and customer intelligence are the ones that they want to invest more money in. And then when we have marketing automation and CRM, you can see that the people who want to invest more, the group is rather similar to the ones who want to invest less. And now when we compare the segments, this is something that was interesting to me. So as I said, in marketing automation, we saw that 24% of our respondents said that they want to invest less. But in medium companies, 50% said they want to invest more. And then we have 15% of big companies. And if we move on to another area, which is CRM, the numbers are strikingly different again. So we have 25% of small companies who want to invest less, but medium and big companies want to invest more. And then just 2 more areas to go. You can get the numbers straight. So we have customer intelligence with 27% more. And here we can see that all the companies decided that they want to invest more in customer intelligence, with medium being the biggest segment that focus on this area. And the last area I want to talk about is digitizing customer experience, where also medium and big companies want to invest more. So when I looked at that, I was actually wondering, so we're actually coming to the question of growing your customer base, etc. So do you have to focus on given segments of customers more than others? So it doesn't have to be company size. Of course, this research that we've done shows that there are differences between sizes, but as you said, a lot depends on leadership and on the operations within the company that they had in the past. But did you have to focus more your strategy more and your efforts more on given segments or something like that? So how did you choose to keep growing while we have the pandemic and the times are just crazy and nobody knows what the hell they're doing?
That's a good question, especially the last part, because I mean, to me, still everybody just acting out of instinct and survival instinct, even worse. And most companies don't really know what they're doing and why they're doing it. They're just out of desperation, in my opinion. But it's interesting to see the numbers of how much companies are. Wait, we need to invest more in the customer experience and the customer intelligence. With If you think about it, if you run a business, that's probably would be your first investment. If you don't really know how your customer is going to react to certain things, you're not doing your job. And in a positive side, this is probably pushing companies to become more customer centric and try to understand the customer way more than before, because they need to be prepared for whatever might happen next. I mean, nobody expected this, but we don't know. I mean, it's 2020. The monster of Loch Ness was out again yesterday. Who would expect that before, right? But
I mean, this year,
yeah,
who wouldn't have?
exactly, right. But yeah, I mean, it's good at least that the companies are going back to the basics. All right, okay. Well, the only way for us to survive is understand what's going on with our customer, and that should have been investment from before. But it's good that it's happening right now, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I think that small companies still doesn't see the value of investing in marketing automation and CRM technologies, and like middle markets, so like middle-sized companies are seeing the value how those technologies and like better understanding of their customers, of their users on their website or inside mobile app, how this data can grow their business. So I believe that those stats you've shown before confirm that, that like small businesses are in panic mode, so they want to like prefer to like stay with not at the moment like freeze everything and not invest. And middle companies, I believe that they truly believe that this is the only way that they have to invest in such technology. From our perspective as a user.com, we always were approaching the middle market and sometimes the big companies like big corporations. So in the terms of the pandemic, we like that these big companies currently move faster and are their operations are more not agile but more flexible, so they want to make a shorter experiment, shorter proof of concept, and this is like our good cultural fit. So we see that like more bigger customers are approaching us, and this is like where we focus our efforts currently, because like the big corporations start to behave like smaller or medium-sized businesses.
But don't you think it's just part of that? Because when you have the crisis, the bullshit comes down, and when you look at the small companies, you cut off those who are solo entrepreneurs just for the sake of having a possibility of invoicing the company they work for. If you cut off those businesses that are, really about having 5 neighbors that you help with household or errands that happens all over the smaller cities, when you still have the mechanics, the gardeners, and all of the services, and then you have the small companies that had 15 messages on Facebook a week, and they were looking for a marketing automation tool to automate those 15 messages, and it just doesn't make sense. It never made sense, and I think that maybe it's a part of that is that smaller companies found out that they actually have to sit down on their asses and start working instead of trying to find some magic tool that will start making money for them, because it doesn't exist. I mean, it's in Vegas and you don't have any impact on what's the result. It's fun though. You can go and have some fun gambling, but unless you actually can anticipate the outcome of your work and do something, A/B testing on 20 cases. I mean, how did we go through from statistics to having A/B tests on 20 page views?
Yeah, if you want to automate something, you need those processes, and this processes. You need a volume, but you need to automate processes. You need to have those processes, and in small companies,
and that happens in a medium company.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when we were 15, and someone wanted to go for holidays, they would just go out for a smoke and say, "Hey, I bought those cheap tickets to, I don't know, Thailand," and that was like, okay, how can we make that fit our schedule? If we kept doing that being 70, we would have collapsed the whole business, because suddenly everyone on the project would be on holidays.
Yeah, totally.
It could be fun meeting everyone on the plane, though.
What a coincidence.
There wouldn't be holiday anymore. We would all be working.
workation. Yeah, this is that.
I like
Workation.
that. So that's my favorite thing.
I was considering a little workation in Budapest this year because it seems like flying will be not very responsible, so to say, this year. And I was planning some holidays in the south, and Budapest seems like a much closer place to start than Gdańsk. So yeah, that's something new that people are actually going somewhere to work. I took like 3 or 4 times. We rented a house in the rural areas, somewhere near the forest or near the lake, just to go there and still do the work.
Yeah, my personal situation is strange because I moved to Warsaw after 3 years working remotely from Lublin, and I moved to Warsaw because of the possibility being closer to whole team, like work more face to face. And yeah, I moved to Warsaw, and I'm working from like rented flat in Warsaw. So the, like
No,
getting back, it was.
I'm lucky enough that I move out of the city right before all this thing. And I have a house right in the forest, so I take the car, be here in half an hour, do my videos, go back home, and things are fine. I don't have to be around that many people.
Yeah.
So do you guys don't like people? Come on, marketing is all about people.
That's a good point.
I'm just joking, you don't have to answer that. Nobody wants to know the truth. No, but getting back to the main question today, just so we have some bullet points for our viewers. By the way, and now to our viewers, if you want to ask any question to any of us here, just ask them in the comments. I will display them and we'll try to answer. So the first thing, of course, Marcos, as you said, is to know your customers. But are there any tips that you would give to a marketing company, probably a smaller marketing company who wants to grow? And it's like, it's a very unstable time. It's difficult. I wouldn't even say, like, the name of the webinar today is growing your company in the post-COVID times, but I wouldn't even necessarily say it's post-COVID yet. So
No, it's during or before.
Yeah, exactly. It could be before. We don't. I mean, you don't even know. But looking at the at your study and what marketing people should be doing right now is to talk more. And what Matt was saying about small companies that they have 20 people messaging them, you can sit down and talk to all of them and have a proper conversation with all of
Every
them.
single one of them, and the founder should do that.
Exactly.
I
Because
mean,
if you don't know,
if I used to talk 5 times as much as I did with customers 10 years ago, we would have been much further, because instead of making some silly assumptions, I would know what my customers think.
and that's the key right now, especially for marketing agencies. What the main thing you should be offering is to, all right, let's connect you with your clients, let's connect you with the customer, and let's see what they
Definitely
really need.
get down to
Even though that should
basics.
be, yeah, and that should be the basic, right? That should be the beginning of your company anyways. But if COVID is pushing you to do that now, please do it, because it's
This
only gonna help.
Yeah,
this
the
is how
social
we
distancing can make your distance between you and customer much closer. Yeah, thanks to technology, thanks to live chat, to some messaging apps. Yeah, so you can be closer because of technology to your customers. You can talk much often with your customers.
yeah,
Right?
but I would go deeper than that, because when everyone is buying like crazy, you just have to show something sexy, and people will buy just for the sake of trying it out. But when the times get harder, people are starting to make more informed decisions and think through of what they're doing with their money. And I think that this can, on the one hand, help us, to get back to the core of what's actually creating value in business. And when it comes to marketing, for me, marketing agency, what's doing is they have to help me lead when I'm lost. And a lot of companies are lost at the moment because they don't know what's happening. They've never been online, or they used to be online, but the whole business environment has changed. And one thing that we were looking for with marketing agencies to help us is that suddenly, from establishing a process in sales and marketing at our company that was growing, and we could reiterate every week and improve something and get better and continue doing the business as usual and growing, suddenly everything that we used to do was impossible. We used to make events where our customers are. So we would go to Amsterdam, to Berlin, to London. We would invite our future customers to meet our current customers and to discuss about the challenges they have, and that would generate us leads. We would visit our existing customers to meet their teams and expand ourselves as a vendor. We would go to events and conferences. I know they're online right now, but for us, it was a chance also to meet the customers from the city where the actual event was happening. So when I would go to, I don't know, to SASTR, I would not just wander around the venue. I would have 5 or 10 meetings every day set up by my business development team up front, and we were doing workshops on site, either with customers or customers joining us. It's impossible right now. So suddenly, from doing business as usual, we needed to start very fastly uh, verify a new way of acquiring customers. And we had to completely change the way we operate, from basing on our content strategy that's growing slowly. It's a snowball thing, and suddenly everything is cut off. And helping the customers transition, go through this change, rely on your experience, is something that I would expect a good marketing agency to help me with.
Yeah. In our daily operations, we were like, nothing have changed, being honest, because we were always like, some of our competitors are driving to clients. We always say that we are not driving to clients. Please, like, let's meet online. Let's meet on a Hangout and Zoom. So we didn't have this like a different.
So
switch.
Things got easier for you.
Yeah, much easier, and like. Previously, part of the team was working remotely, so that wasn't a big change. But I believe that like switching to it could be a real good, very big challenge. Yeah. Marcus went somewhere.
Just a short break.
Yeah.
And after a short break, Marcus.
Sorry about that. I got the beginning of Mike. Sorry, my computer's was about to die.
Yeah.
No, didn't die.
So, guys, did your companies do anything in particular to avoid any negative impact of the pandemic? Or did you just perform your business as usual because it was working still?
In our situation, we've reacted in a pretty, I think, good way. So the first thing, when pandemic went live, we've sit down to our CRM, and we go through all companies to think which of them can be hurt with pandemic. Yeah, like filtering those from travel industry, filter from like more traditional way doing a business. So we were aware that some of companies will be hurted by COVID, and we've offered them that we can help them in those specific times. In the other hand, from this analysis, we came to conclusion that some of our customers, like dog planner, company which communicate with those remote help doctors to connect with the patient, will have very fast grow in terms of usage of their platform. And to those customers, we offer also some additional help, like with helping of like expanding traffic, expanding elements that they will have to actually automate many processes, because the new customers will be flowing to their business. So we sit down to the CRM and we've analyzed to whom we should offer what. This is the one thing. And the second thing, we've came into some agreement internally that if customer will ask for turning off their subscription, or will ask for churn or for freezing subscription, we will accept it for next 3 months, and then we will talk about it one more time. So I think that we've avoided a lot of churn, because we've prepared that if customer will be asking for turning off their subscription, we have procedures. So okay, I know that there are hard times, let's freeze your account for next 3 months, and then we will discuss it.
We had a lot of work with not a lot. We prepare ourselves with a very good set of ideas. What will we do in case of this and that? But the key for the success that we had, it was our support team, because they were ready to listen, and it was a hard time for them to listen, because everybody had bad things to talk about during the pandemic. So every time a customer will call us, they will probably start with the, "Oh my God, my business is going awful," blah 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 blah. But the communication between support and business operation and marketing was so well laid down, even though we were all working from home at that time already. But we had ways to get the information directly from our support team quickly to business, to figure out a way and to prepare some sort of an offer in a beautiful form or in a beautiful video, or make sure that they understand that we hear what you're saying. This is what we can offer you. Don't worry, we're here. We understand, and we're all, and again, we're all in the same boat, or we're all in this together. But for us, it was that key of listening, reacting, and delivering in circle.
Okay, so it seems like there is actually no magical recipe for growing your business or anything like that. It's just about being human and being understanding and listening to people.
Yeah, on the other side of the screen are real people, so understanding them and being a human for them is what's very valuable in hard times.
Yeah. So I would actually say, as we were already talking, that the pandemic is bringing us closer, even though we're so far away. So in this case, it feels like your company and your customers have grown closer as well, because you were encouraged to go through the entire list of your clients and think about what challenges they may be facing, and this was something that you had to step forward and say hey, we can help you, and that's something great. I think this is something that's much appreciated by any customer.
Yeah, we've gathered a lot of very good feedback from this action. Yeah, do you need any additional help? It was well, thank you for offering. Yeah,
thanks for asking. Yeah,
thanks for asking.
Yeah, that's something really nice. So yeah, well, I hope that this isn't disappointing to our viewers to learn that being a real person with feelings is the recipe to success.
Yeah,
I hope not.
we should talk about marketing automation. So like AI technologies, and we are talking with just being a real person is good. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, of course, I appreciate automation, and well, there is real value in that, no question. But it's still different when you show this human face, and even in automated messages or in any sort of automation, you can still have this human touch. So it's still something extremely important in marketing.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I am a fan of artificial intelligence and automation in general, uh, I think that the short term or the midterm future is with people who are able to leverage all of this technology to make better decisions rather than about actually replacing people with technology. I think we're far from that. From the moment where technology can fully replace us out of the very simple jobs and analytical jobs. So I don't think that that's something we should worry. We should rather prepare ourselves to be master of robots.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
let's talk like this.
That was a very fun discussion. Kaya, did you like it?
Yeah, of course. Why are you asking me? You should ask our guests whether they enjoy talking to us.
Well, you've invited me as well to join it, so I wanted to know if we did a good job with our friends here.
Yeah, I'm very happy. And guys, thank you for joining us very much. We don't have any questions for our viewers, so we can be wrapping up. I just want to show a little banner here with the address of our report. So the report I was referring to at the beginning of the webinar today. So the impact of COVID-19 on IT investments is available on our website. You can download it for free. So, and we conducted the research at the beginning of the pandemic. So some of the things may have changed, and I'll be happy to discuss any insights with our readers on LinkedIn if anyone feels like sharing their comments, notes, or questions. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you very much
Thanks.
for the invitation.
Thank you for the invitation.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thanks. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.